What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Andrew. Got Brandon here with me, like always.
What up?
And thank you for checking out our views on the sidelines. What a week. Got a lot to cover. A lot of big sports. How you doing?
I'm cool, chilling.
Shit. Sounds like I haven't even talked to you in a while, even though we live together.
Yeah, I know. I got home late yesterday. We got pretty slammed.
Who are you?
Yeah.
What a guy.
That was terrible.
That must be nice. You weren't even home yesterday?
I got home like at 8:30, I think.
What a guy.
And then, I don't know what I did yesterday. Was I home yesterday? I'm pretty sure I was home yesterday.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you went to a game. You had a game, though. That's why.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I got home like 8:30, just chill. Knocked out early.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just like, man, where's Brandon? But besides our adventures yesterday, let's get into this, man. I think there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of things I really want to get my opinion on and your opinion on, too. So what's the first one for me?
Kyler Murray's contract.
All right, Kyler Murray's contract. Okay, he just signed a big old contract, right? $248 million.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think about 140 something guaranteed. Makes him the biggest guaranteed, and then makes him about one of the highest paid quarterbacks, right? He's getting paid about $48 million a year.
Jesus, bro.
Now, there's some verbiage in the contract that is very suspect.
Like from the team itself?
Yes, and it's kind of. I just want your raw reaction to this phrase, basically. So one of the verbiage on this contract, it means saying we need 4 hours of independent study time. So when you hear that, what do you think of as a professional athlete as he is, as the franchise quarterback as he is?
Go to school? I don't know.
So go to school for the guy.
That's what it is, isn't it?
No. So independent study, meaning you got to study playbook, study
Oh,
film watch, stuff like that in that nature. When you hear that, it's kind of like, is he not doing that on his own?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's kind of like, yo, like, is he really that guy? Because when you talk about, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, you talk about the top echelon quarterbacks right now in this league, they go home and study and, break down the game at home and do whatever they need to do. But he just goes home and plays plays Call of Duty.
That's probably why then.
Yeah, so the fact that, first off, how is the team going to notice this? Right?
They might have, I don't know, quiz them on it or something. Like, give them certain tapes and tell them what was that playbook, what was in there.
Uh-huh.
Maybe, like, what games was he looking at? I don't know. There's ways to probably ask him so he can prove it.
Right. But it's like, it's kind of weird because of the fact that he is a franchise quarterback and he is a top 10 quarterback. I mean, I put him he's a top 10 quarterback right now, like in the league. Like, I put him at number 8. But the mere fact that this verbiage has to kind of be in there is kind of like, yo, like, you're unprepared.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it could kind of explain like his second half kind of droughts.
Yeah.
Because like when you talk about like in the first half of the season, he goes like, I don't know, like 8-1. He'll go 8-0, 7-0.
Did you start slacking after?
Yeah, afterwards he'll end up with only like 11 wins.
And that's probably why.
You know what I mean? So it's
Not
kind of
in
like,
tune.
yeah, exactly.
You don't know what's going on with his own team.
Exactly. So he's probably like not studying. Teams are figuring out. He's not working them out. Oh, how to rework a defense or something of that nature.
What a guy.
You know what I mean? And it's crazy. It's the blasphemy.
I would blame it on Twitch.
Twitch, yeah, honestly. Blame Alex. He's a Twitcher.
Yeah, that guy too.
Oh, God.
That's a lot of money, though. But I get it, though. I mean, he has to stay in tune. It's going to be kind of a waste of their money.
Right.
So
I feel that too, man.
They have high hopes, so they want him to be on 100%.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you take him number 1 overall, did he go number 1? I don't know if he went. I'm pretty sure he went number 1. But when he goes number 1, first round draft pick, he's your franchise quarterback. You expect him to push you over to that next level. Yeah. And he hasn't done that.
Yeah, so that's nuts. What a guy.
Right? I mean, you're a professional.
I'd be pissed though. Like I'd be damn. Someone tells me I need to study.
You know what I mean? Like, what does your pride kick in at that moment? Kind of like, dude, like, how the hell are you gonna tell me what to do?
No, probably I'd just be like, I am not watching or reading nothing. That is not.
Like, apparently they're gonna monitor him, like actually studying. Like you have to sit. Like I'm like sitting in my head, like, yo, I don't even know how I do this. I'd call their bluff out because apparently if he doesn't do this, and that's like I believe it's 4 hours a week, right, of actual study.
Yeah.
I believe if I was Kyler, I'd call their bluff out. I wouldn't do it 1 week and see if they're gonna void the contract as they say they would. They're gonna void part of the guarantee.
I wouldn't risk it. It's a lot of money.
You know what I mean?
I'd be like, nah, I'll just do it and then stop doing it after I get that shit paid.
You're right.
That'd be better, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Jesus Christ, what's the next?
But does Arizona really even want him? Or is just like, they just said, oh, he's just kind of been putting up numbers?
You know, I think Arizona, the mere fact that Arizona kind of put that verbiage in is kind of like,
they're kind of iffy.
Yeah, because you don't do that to quarterbacks that you don't think that.
Yeah, they're not really 100%
You know what I mean?
sure on.
Like, I was actually having this conversation with Alex earlier on, you know, the short king of kings.
What a guy.
The king of short kings, sorry. But I was talking to him, and I kind of said the same thing. I was like, look, man, if you got to do this to him, what about everybody else afterwards?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, if it's just him with this verbiage in his contract, it's going to look terrible.
On him.
You're right. But I feel like Arizona was caught like, yo, like, we have nobody else for quarterback. There's nobody out there that's actually good as Kyler. So we either have to bite this bullet and just pay him.
Yeah.
You know, like, we just got to pay him. Like, they were just in that effort. So I don't know if they really want him or not, but, you know, they paid him. So, yeah.
That'd be mad, dude.
He paid him out.
Hell no. So what does it look like for them in the future then?
You know, if you see more of what Kyler does now, which is, you know, the whole, like, kind of starting off real hot, red hot, you know, 8-0 starts, 9-0 starts, 8-1 starts, which is great. But then you fall out, you fizzle out during the end of the season. And it's the same story. It's, you know, he starts off hot, he gets nicked a little bit, he gets hurt, and then he just starts to slow down afterwards because his body just starts breaking down. So it's just like, I get it. He is a 3-time I believe he went to the Pro Bowl all 3 years he's been in here. He's went to a playoff game already. So he has some accolades on him. Like, he is a top quarterback.
Yeah.
But this is a scary thing if he's not putting in the extra work that you should.
Yeah.
Right? Especially at that position. Like, you got to be on top of everything in that position. And for me, I don't know if Arizona really wants him. And so I think Arizona's kind of like looking for a way out. So we'll see. We will see.
All right. Well, let's switch it up to NBA, buddy.
What's up?
KD to Boston.
Boston. So there's a possible trade possibility for KD going to Boston. It's gonna involve Jaylen Brown. I believe it's gonna involve Marcus Smart as well, and then the third player is gonna have to be 3 players just to make the money match. So I believe that third player is probably gonna be Grant Williams, and then a couple picks. Right. My issue with this, first off, I get why Boston would maybe do it. Because you're getting KD. KD's KD. He's that guy. And I told this to Alex as well. I was like, look, like, if I got a shot at putting together Jason Tatum and KD together, yeah, I'm going to do it. I don't care. I don't care what I got to give up. I'll do it tomorrow. But at the same time, why would I really ruin a chemistry that's already there? Like, you just went to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. You guys lost in dramatic fashion. You guys lost 4-2. You know, it's another milestone step that you guys took.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you guys went to the Eastern Conference Finals twice already with these two tandem kids because they're still kids. They're 24 years old.
Yeah.
So you went to the Eastern Conference Finals twice. You know, second round exits twice. You know, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, they're both developing really great. Obviously, on that team, we know Jason Tatum's the guy on that team, but Jaylen Brown's the perfect running mate for him.
Yeah.
Right? He doesn't stunt his growth, or nor does Jason Tatum stunt Jaylen Brown's growth, and they're just able to coexist. So it's just my thing is kind of like I wouldn't. If I was Boston, I probably wouldn't do it, but I know why they'll do it.
Yeah.
But for the Nets situation, I get why you do it because you want a budding star. You want a all-star caliber player, which is Jaylen Brown is. And I would like to see Jaylen Brown on his own team. I would like to see what that would look like. And I feel like the Nets, you know, with Ben Simmons there, you bring in Grant Williams, you bring in Marcus Smart as well. I feel like that'd be a great team around him. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't think it'll make. Maybe it'll happen. I do not know, but I don't know.
How does that affect KD though? Like, you think it's better for him? I mean, maybe not for the team, but as far as KD,
So
you think it's the smartest move for him to do?
So he has to say yes or no if he wants to get traded. Ultimately, he's a superstar, obviously.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have some power whether he wants to go. And with KD, it's something that we've seen before. Like he's gone to teams that he's gone to a team that beat him already. Mm-hmm. Obviously, he got swept out by Boston in the playoffs, the first round. So for him to go to Boston, I feel like legacy wise, it's gonna hurt him. Like he's gonna get eviscerated. Like no one's gonna consider him a top player just because of the fact that he's running to teams that he's lost to.
Yeah.
Right. Like Golden State beat him when he was in OKC, so he joins Golden State, and now Boston's gonna beat him. Boston beat him. Now he wants to join Boston. I don't know if he really wants to go to Boston. KD's kind of like one of those players that you can't really figure out. He's like a Kanye. I want to put like very like kind of like mysterious in a way. Like you never know what Kanye's gonna really want to do.
Yeah.
Or what route he wants to go music wise. Same thing with KD. Like you never know what he really wants to do, and which is kind of great. Like he's not predictable. But KD, if I was KD, I'd probably do it. Obviously, you don't want to be at the Nets, so I feel like Boston would be the next thing for you. Yeah, I just think Boston's the next best thing. I think it would hurt his legacy by him going there, but if he wins there, he could be the guy that saves that team to win. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's just how.
How do you think Jaylen Brown feels about it though?
Jaylen Brown, man, I would be a little hurt if I was him, because you've gone through the bumps and bruises.
Yeah.
Going through LeBron first in your couple years starting. Making it to the Eastern Conference Finals as babies, as 21-year-olds, then battling the Bucks, battling Miami, sweeping the Nets, and then making it to the finals, right? And then he actually played better than Jason Tatum in that finals, right? He had a better stat line, right? And he was just playing better. He was just that guy. But now you're again in trade rumors. Like first thing, like when Kawhi was, wanted out of, he wanted out of the Spurs when he was first with the Spurs, right? He was in that trade talks for Jaylen Brown. And then he came back again. Now he's with trade talks with KD. And then there's another one that he was in trade talks with. I forget. Oh, with Anthony Davis. When Anthony Davis wanted out of New Orleans, he was in that trade talks. So every year he's been playing, he's always in trade talks. Yet he's just been improving, and it sucks. I would, if I was Jaylen Brown, I'd feel like, I'm doing all this work, yet I'm the one that's in this talk.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Right. But I feel like it's a blessing in disguise at the same time. I mean, I feel like not everybody could just be traded for KD.
Mm-hmm.
But so for you to be in that conversation, that means you're actually that. You're not that caliber player, but you are a player that could actually be a star somewhere else.
Yeah,
That's
I get you.
what it means.
All right, buddy. Let's take it back to NFL real quick. Julio to the Bucks.
Julio Jones.
Julio Jones, that's a cool name.
Julio Jones, yes. Julio Jones is one healthy. Okay, I'm playing the one healthy game. He is one of the top receivers in the game, easily by far now. But obviously, he's been a little bit hurt. He's a little older. He was with Tennessee last year. He couldn't really play that much, and Tennessee, honestly, isn't the best fit for him. He gets a lot of catches. He gets a lot of balls. He gets a lot of yards.
Mm-hmm.
And Tennessee likes to run the ball a lot. They're a running team. And that's how usually, that's how Tennessee usually plays. So for him to be for Julio to be there doesn't make sense. So for him to be on the Bucks, that's a whole different story. Now you're talking about having Julio there, having Chris Godwin there, having Mike Evans, having Leonard Fournette, who was a running back there, with Tom Brady giving him another weapon because Gronk's gone. So he lost a big body receiver, or a big body target at least. He does have Mike Evans, but Mike Evans gets hurt a lot too. But, to pair up Julio Jones and Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, oh my God, that is a receiver core way better than I really ever thought that would be. Like, honestly, I like the move. I love the move. It's only for a 1-year contract, so.
How do you think he'll perform, though?
I think he'll. I don't think he'll get to his Julio numbers. Like, when you talk about Julio, like, he's in that 1,300, 1,400 yards, receiving, 100 balls catched. I don't think he's going to get those numbers because there's a lot of weapons out there. Brady likes to spread the ball around.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's going to be a big, big factor in that team. Like, you're giving Brady a deep threat, a big body receiver that for the end zone, other than just Mike Evans. So I think he's going to play really great. I honestly think that system fits him. So he's with the right quarterback. Tom Brady's a better version of Matt Ryan, and Julio has his best receiver seasons with Matt Ryan. Jesus Christ, I can't talk. But yeah, so I think that he's gonna play really great.
So what does that do to Brady's chances of win?
I don't want to sit here and say that they could win the Super Bowl, but they got a good shot. These are come for the Bucks at least. It's gonna be a lot more than just Julio.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have to shore up some things on the defensive side. But offensively wise,
yeah,
it's gonna be really great. Yeah, I just feel like it's gonna be really, really balanced offensively wise because they lost Gronk, right? And Gronk, I don't think he's coming back at all. So for him to just come back and stuff, it's just gonna be a well balanced offense.
So Brady went back to the Bucks then?
Yeah, Brady's back with the Bucks. He's he's unretired. Obviously, he went back to the Bucks, and
you think maybe they probably did that move just so they can give him a last championship? Or try to?
I feel like you had to. I mean, I feel like
give him that last, like, yo, we're gonna set you up right, just in case. Like, we're trying to do that before you give you a
right. I mean, Brady had to make a decision because the team was gonna set itself if they had Brady or not, because they're not gonna they're not gonna start giving people contracts to bring people back.
Yeah.
If they're on a rebuild.
Yeah.
But since Brady came back, he's like, you know what? He's kind of like how LeBron is to the Lakers. Like, once he's on your team, you have to try to go all out to win a championship.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Brady. Like, he's only here to win.
Yeah.
So if you're not trying to spend everything to win, then you better win.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because It seems like it's set up for that. So.
Right.
We gotta do your other top 50. You didn't write them down.
Oh, that's right. Oh, damn. I forgot to tell you.
Crickets.
I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you. Oh, my God. I forgot to write them down. Okay. Let me write them down real quick. I'm sorry. You entertain them.
What are we in? 44 and 43, right?
Yeah, 44, 43. I've always wanted to know, do you learn stuff while I'm sitting here talking?
No, anything that involves in podcasting, I really don't care.
What a guy.
Here and the deal, so it's just not my vibes. Podcasting is not my vibes. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
You're just here so you don't get fined?
So I don't get kicked out.
So you don't get kicked out, huh? Is that how you feel?
Yeah, I don't like.
After these years of friendship, that's how you feel?
Yeah, I feel like we're what 20. We're 20. What this is 20.
21, I think.
21 episodes in, and I made it very clear I don't like potty. Dillis is about to hit 30, and I made it very clear I don't like potty.
On your part.
Yeah, so.
What a guy.
I'll just sit here and do what I got to do. There's not even any refreshments. There's no snacks.
Shut up.
There's nothing. And I'm forced to be here.
I asked you if you wanted something.
Yeah, but you don't even have like cold lemonades or something. Like you don't have a green room. You don't have anything. I'm just here behind this fucking phone recording. Look at my TED Talk.
Brandon's TED Talk as I write down his.
You guys need to blow up Andrew's IG personal one and views. There's no Oreos. There's like nothing for me. There's no cold waters. There's just just do the podcast.
You have like 5 gallons in your room.
Yeah, but
and you have a bag of ice.
Yeah, but it's the fact that I have to be here. I should be like the artist that they get a green room and they get what they want.
Shut up.
Cookies, brownies, something. Doritos.
You know,
Cheez-Its.
I don't understand where this is coming from because you don't even eat, first off.
Yes, I do. Now I do. I'm forced to eat too.
You're forced to eat now?
Yeah, because I work out with Joey now.
What a guy. Have you been working out?
Yeah, worked out today, buddy.
Is it?
I've been going out. I work out like 4 or 5 times a week.
What a guy. I love it.
I'm trying to look like Joey.
That's a hard thing.
Just taller.
It's a hard thing you got to get to, buddy.
Yeah, I know. That's why I want to get rich so I can go and get my body done like all these other girls.
I don't think it works the same way. But
yes, it does. You get all that shit done, boy.
What a guy. You're funny.
You ready now?
Yes. Yes, I am.
He probably doesn't have the webpage up. He says, so I have to look at the stats and all that.
Yes, I do. It's already up. It's already up, dummy.
All right, then. Fucking finally, bro.
Yeah, come on.
44. Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard. Now I'm like you. I can't even talk. Dwight Howard.
Yeah, it takes a lot to talk, huh? All right. Dwight Howard, all right? I got him at 44. Dwight Howard is very much disrespected because of the fact of how he is now. Well,
Would you
actually,
hit me if I said I thought Dwight Howard was a football player?
You know what? That's a football name, so I'm not even laughing.
I always thought that was a football dude.
No, he's 6'10".
Can you tell I like sports?
Yeah, definitely. You're right. Found the perfect guy to help me with the sports. But he is very much disrespected when you talk about his legacy standpoint.
Yeah.
He wasn't part of the top 75 team.
They didn't put him on there?
They didn't put him on it, which was very, very disrespectful. Because they put up Anthony Davis on there already. They put Damian Lillard there, which I don't think he should.
Isn't Damian more of a newer player?
Yeah.
What guy?
Yeah, but he's still playing in the league. And Anthony Davis. But yet they put them both on the top 75 team, which I don't agree with at all. And I'm going to tell you why. So this is it. So he's an 8-time All-Star. He's a 5-time rebounding champ. He's a 2-time block champ. He does have a ring with the 2020 Lakers. He was part of the 04-05 All-Rookie team. He's a 8-time All-NBA player. He's a 5-time All-Defensive player and a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Right. Mm-hmm. Dwight Howard in his prime, when you're talking about Dwight in Orlando, between, I want to say about 08 to about 2011, 2012, his peak is higher than a lot of players that you really think about.
Yeah.
Like, he dragged Orlando's team that had no business being in the finals.
Nice.
Like, Dwight's the reason why we don't have the Kobe versus LeBron finals.
He sees like, I'm coming in instead.
Yeah, he was like, you know what? I'm taking this over.
What a guy.
Now, mind you, he had a great team around him. Like, he had Turkoglu around him, Jameer Nelson, Scuba Steve. A guy who looked like Scuba Steve was on that team. I ain't gonna lie to you. God, I can't even remember that name. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, those are the only two. Exactly. Like, exactly my point. He dragged that team to the finals. Now, mind you, he promptly got his teeth kicked in by Kobe in those finals. But, hey,
it's Kobe.
He made it. But he's the reason why we don't have the Kobe versus LeBron finals. But just at his peak alone is just by far none one of the best performances that he's actually put. That playoff run alone was one of those best performances. And when you talk about him and you see what he could actually do on the court, the way he could actually dominate an entire, like, he doesn't have to dominate it offensively, which he could, but he could dominate it defensively wise by just altering shots, blocking shots. Like, there's games where he has 10 blocks. There's another game where he has 7. He has 8, 9. Like, this dude could, at his prime, he is the best defensive player that was ever played. Right? Like, he has a 45-point game. He has a 45-10 block game with 7 assists. I mean, he is highly disrespected, and it frustrates me a lot. As you can tell.
Yeah.
As you can tell, I'm frustrated because I think he should have been on that top 75 team. I wish he would have got another ring with Orlando. I wish he would have got that ring with Orlando because I think it would have solidified him like that. But what hurts him is kind of like his attitude. He's a very, like, so chill, funny dude. He has a great attitude, great personality and stuff like that. So he's like a child. He's like a big kid.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have that, like, killer will that you want him to have as a big. But, you know, like, now, like, watching him now, like, he's found his role. Like, he's a great defender still. He's still a good rebounder. He's not going to give you he's not going to give you the 29 points a game average, but he's going to be able to still contribute in some way. But I got him at 44. Just because I got him at 44. I mean, there's a lot of other players, a lot of other bigs that I believe that were better than him at the time. Like, his points per average don't do him justice because he's still playing he was still playing in the league. Like, it says that he's only put up 15 points a game, but he's put up more. Like, his average, like, before was way more because at his peak, like I was telling you, like, he was dominant. Like, he was considered by far the best center in the league. Like, it was between him and Andrew Bynum, but I've always picked Dwight because I just think his defensive paralysis was just that much better than everybody else's. So that's Dwight Howard at 44. So who is that? The next one?
43.
Yep.
We have Mr. Korea himself, Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman, Mr. Korea, El Loco.
That guy's nuts.
That's one of his nicknames, apparently.
Oh, he's nuts. And he sucks in movies.
Yeah, he does. All right. Dennis Rodman. He's a Hall of Famer. Dwight Howard, actually, real quick, Dwight Howard will be in the Hall of Fame. Like, he's going to get there once he's done. So he will be in the Hall of Fame. He's just not a Hall of Famer yet. Dennis Rodman is, I think, the only player in this list to not have double-digit points, like career-wise. He only averaged 7 points a game, if that. That dude did not care about offense for nothing. Like, you're lucky if you put up at least like 2 shots.
What a guy.
Yeah. But he was a great defensive player. He was a great rebounder. Like, he averaged about 13 rebounds a game. And he was only 6'7". So you're talking about he's going against Shaq. He's going against, Sabonis. He's going against Ben Wallace at the time. All these bigs, Yao Ming. He's playing all those bigs and gathering these rebounds still. But let me go over his accolades real quick. So he's a 2-time All-Star, 5-time NBA champ. He has two with Detroit and 3 with the Bulls. He's an 8-time All-Defensive player. He's an 8-time All-Defensive team. 75th. He's part of the 75th anniversary team. He's a 7-time rebound champ. He's a 2-time All-NBA player, and he's a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. So he has 2 of those. He has 2 of those awards. Dennis Rodman was the most. He is the hustle guy. When you talk about a dude that does all the little things, you talk about the hustle plays, like diving for balls, like tipping it, trying to get the rebound, like playing defense to the max. Like, this is what this guy was. He was the ultimate utility knife. Like, in his prime, so when you talk about him, you have to talk about him in 2 different sections almost. So when you talk about him in Detroit, like when he's a rookie, when he was young, he was thinned out still. You talk about a high-flying dude he could guard everybody. He guarded Patrick Ewing, he guarded Charles Barkley, he guarded Shaq, like I was telling. All the bigs, he guarded Michael Jordan at times. Like, he was just that great of a defender. Like, he wasn't so much a great on-ball defender, but what he was is he was very good at knowing when to stick his hand in there or knowing when to kind of bump you a little bit. That way you kind of miss a shot or something, like without it being a foul. Like, he was very smart about how rebounding was. Like, where, you shoot it from this angle. So, okay, I'm going to position myself here. So I'll get this rebound. This is mine now. Like, he was so good at that. And like, his rebounding totals, like, for game highs, like, it was just like out of this world. Like, you've never seen a 6'7" guy, besides Charles Barkley, who was 6'6". Like, you've never seen him with these rebounding totals. Like, there was one game where he's had 30 rebounds in a game.
That's nuts.
Right. And that is just pure hustle and heart. Like, rebounding is that stat. Like, just how much do you want the ball? And he's gotten that ball 30 times in a game. So, imagine that. Like, he's obviously, like I said, like, he's not the points guy. He's not going to get you points. Maybe Detroit days, like, he was able to get you those points because he was younger and he would just kind of flash through the lane and get a quick dunk. But that wasn't his game. He was very like, you're good, buddy. He was very just, I want to do all the hard stuff. I want to fall on the floor. I want to fall in the stands. I want to dive for all these balls. Like, that was him. And he was okay with that. Like, he couldn't make a jump shot to save his life.
What a guy.
Like, not at all. He didn't start playing basketball until he was 23.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and he made the league somehow. Right? And he was just some super try-hard out there, I'm a menace.
Yeah, that's
And he
dope.
still looks like a menace.
Yeah, he does.
Right? And he's best friends with King Jong-un. And so, yeah, he's a menace to society.
He is.
His nickname is Dennis the Menace. So, yeah, he's a menace to society. Jesus.
That guy's nuts.
He is one of those guys where it's like, when you talk about a player being a hustle and heart, he's a definition of that. But he makes the list because of his 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. His 2-time All-NBA player. Obviously, the 7 points don't look great.
Yeah, no.
But, the 13 rebounds look great. But that is 44-43. I don't know who's been really following the list, but so far, I feel like it's correct, obviously, because I made the list.
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. But I don't know. Like, I just want to see what you guys think out there in the Views land. I don't know, bro. Like, I'm just making stuff up out here, all right? Leave me alone.
They know on the sidelines, fool. Use your own name to your advantage.
This is my TED Talk. Brandon Howard. The audacity of this man just embarrassed me on national airwaves.
You can't even think of like how to use your
Listen,
name
sir.
to throw a bar.
Listen, sir, don't do that. Don't do that.
This is why I don't like podcasting. He doesn't know what he's talking about. His list puts Dennis the Menace on top 50, and this dude wants to throw nuclear bombs. I don't understand.
Well, what am I going to do with Dennis Rodman, bro? He's gotten 30 rebounds in a game. What am I supposed to do with him? Not put him there?
He knows the codes for Korea's nukes.
As he should. The dude's a menace to society. That's why he's not in here, right? Jesus. But, all right. That is all for me. I don't know. How we doing?
We're good on time.
Okay.
Short and sweet.
All right. That's what you like, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Easier for you. Try to make it easy on you because, I care sometimes. But go ahead, give us 5 stars. Rate us. Send your comments, concerns, and questions to Brandon. He will
No.
He will definitely look over those and answer them
not.
for you.
I deal with enough with the podcast as it is. Don't give me your questions. Andrew has his own personal IG, which I'm going to have to add in the video.
Don't do that.
So you don't bug me, you bug him.
No, you could definitely send those to Brandon. He is more.
If you send me something, I'll block you. I'm not having it, buddy. You will be blocked.
Oh, but go ahead and give us 5 stars.
Don't
rate
send me
us.
messages. Send me your
Share the
sister
podcast. Go ahead and go follow Twitter. I posted my first post this week.
Guess we have a Twitter now.
Yeah, we got Twitter now. It's called @DilfViews.
What a guy.
Brandon, shut up over there.
You're terrible with coming up with names and stuff.
Listen, I couldn't put views in the sideline because it was already taken.
Well.
All right, so I put @DilfViews. But the main name is Views on the Sideline, but the @ thing is DilfViews. All right, leave me alone. You jerk.
You're not even a dad.
Everybody calls it daddy.
This is Joey. I just want to say I like your haircut.
Appreciate you, big guy.
I'm Apostle Joey.
You all right? You had a long day.
Bring me into this, all right? Just finish your thing. You're doing great. You look good.
Do I look good?
I just want to compliment you.
I appreciate you.
I don't want to, just don't know.
I don't know.
No, just don't do that right now.
Oh,
My gear segment.
I assume another tire popped. But here we are.
it was funnier than that. But yeah, go ahead and follow the Twitter. I posted up. I'm gonna start doing a little bit more reels and videos on the Instagram page. See how you guys feel. Get you guys involved and get you guys going with the breaking news. But that is it for me today. Brandon, you got anything else?
No.
One more thing. I like your jacket.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, your jacket.
Jacket. I guess we would call it jacket. Long sleeve.
Whatever.
fleece.
The
The
fake
fleece.
the fake turtleneck.
You're such a hater today, bro.
I just don't like podcasting.
Listen, I'm trying to get this big enough so where you don't need to do this. You can just watch somebody do it for you. But we got to put in the work now.
Okay.
What a guy. All right, guys. So I'll see you guys next week. Hope you guys stay safe. Be strong out there. Survive. Brandon, don't be so negative. Joey, I love you.
I'm just representing Joey's feelings right now. That's why.
Understandable. All right. I'll see you guys next week, guys.